Hey guys, what's up? Sorry, I just took a shower and I just thought of this in the shower. It's something I really like. And I don't see very many people talking about this. I know that I try and keep this mainly a sports channel, but this is something that I really want to speak on and something that I really want to make public that I feel needs to happen if society wants to grow more. And that is education reform. I know what you guys are thinking, blah 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 this, blah 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 that. I don't care. Put your comments aside till the end of the video so that I can speak my piece. But feel free to also put those thoughts in the comments once the video is, a little bit towards over, like towards the end screen. Please feel free to put those down in the comments, put your opinions down there, and please feel free to debate this stuff. I want this stuff to blow up. I want this stuff to be out there. I want this stuff to make a little dent in people, and make people really think about it. And education reform. Those of you guys that know me in real life know I just graduated in class of 2020, which that was literally cut short, and all that like fun jazz. We're not going to talk about COVID here. I try not to talk about it as much as I can. I have recently had it. I've recovered. It wasn't as bad as other people have had it. I just got a small dose. So, that's where I was for a month. I was, getting some videos ready, and then I contracted COVID. And, that was fun to have 2 weeks. I couldn't really even get out of bed, so I just really played video games and didn't really do much. And I didn't want you guys to see me sick, because it really felt like I just needed rest. Like, I didn't feel like getting out of bed or anything. And I know I'm wearing this because I do support gay rights. Somebody in my family is in the LGBTQ spectrum there. I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to say what they are or anything, because that's their privacy. Let's get back to the video. Sorry for that little tangent. Education reform. I graduated recently, and I feel like I can speak on this because I've experienced this, and I feel like I've experienced a little bit of both, a lot of one side and a little bit of both of the other side of things. Teachers, we pay them way less than what they deserve. They deserve at least like 13 an hour, maybe even more than that, but maybe even up to 20 you could make a case for, because without them you wouldn't have really anything. That's why anytime I was graduating or anytime I knew I wouldn't probably have that class anymore, I would say to the teacher, hey, thanks for teaching me all that stuff, and I'd give them a little thank you email. Because I really did appreciate everything that my teachers did. These teachers really care about their job, and they don't get paid enough. They really don't. I felt like this for a long while. And we definitely need to pay teachers enough. That shouldn't even be a topic of debate. They need to be paid more. They really don't even have a living wage anymore, because inflation has definitely set in the society that we live in, and the minimum wage definitely needs to go up too, which that's probably maybe even going to be a separate video I would make if this one does get like a lot of views, I'm definitely hoping it does. And I just feel like teachers are the main parts of society. Give me a second so I can pause the show. Sorry about that. I had to pause that so that you guys wouldn't feel like there's strobe light on you guys, because shows change things and all that stuff. But really, the main thing I want to talk about today is the reforming just the education system just all around. School, it fails a lot of people. It prepares people for college. And college, it's not for everybody. I didn't go to college because I went to a trade school, and even right now I still have a hard time finding a job because people don't really, I feel like, respect trade schools as much as anymore. And I still got like my Common Core shit in. I definitely did study hard, and I definitely earned the graduation for the last 2 years of my high school experience. I went to a trade school so that I could get a little bit more into like game design and that kind of stuff. And I ended up liking the web design portion of the course that I was taking. And it was all paid for by the school. So that was a huge plus for me. That was a huge burden off my back to be able to not think about that kind of stuff. Also, schools, the education system is really a joke. It fails people in many different ways. That was just one way that even I experienced. Another way I've experienced is bullying. Teachers really can't do much about bullying. Like me, to make bullying stop, in some cases, I actually had to go out and I had to fight the bully. I had to physically throw hands, and I'm a nice guy. I'm nice to everybody unless you do something that really pisses me off. And even then, if you apologize for that thing, I will most likely be accepting it, and then we're cool. I like most people. I'm friends with most people. I'm a very approachable kind of person, I feel like. And um, one time when I tried to report a bullying, because we were in gym class, I don't remember what exactly went down or anything, but I do remember that this kid, because I'm not going to say his name because I don't want that guy's going out right now. Maybe later, I don't know. Let's name him Weston. Weston held my hands behind my back so I couldn't swing and protect myself. And this kid named Jeremy, let's name him Jeremy. Those are definitely not their real names. And he threw a punch at me. And this was in the locker room, and I tried to report it to a teacher. And I was describing the kid, and I said he was African American because the guy that held, because now actually both of them were African American students, and they're like, shh, go, and they brushed me along, and I didn't even get to say my piece. I didn't get to report my piece, and I feel like that is just wrong. So I think that schools need to take a different approach on bullying and like the no fighting tolerance, because obviously the only thing these bullies will understand is fighting. Now, I'm not saying that in every situation you need to fight, but if you ask them to stop and you report it to a teacher and still nothing's really changed, I feel like it should be very acceptable to fight and protect yourself against this bully and make sure that, this is all caught on camera to make sure that you're not, bullying somebody and being like, oh, self-defense. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, in actual self-defense scenarios, when a bully is beating you up or something like that, I know that really rarely happens nowadays, but if the bully, if you need to fight back, I feel like you should be allowed to without any repercussions. And I think that's a definite thing that the schools fail on, is making sure that the victim is protected. Because I was a victim of bullying many of times. I couldn't count. Every year there's a different kid that was trying to bully me. I feel like. But then when I finally had enough and I fought them, they would back off. And I feel like the schools need to take a different approach to it. This no fighting policy, it's not really helping. I feel like it's actually increased fights. Because now you're afraid to fight, and whenever it blows up, they're just going at it, swinging, and it can increase injuries to both students. There's one principal who actually got knocked out trying to break up a fight. So, that rage when it's inside you and they're trying to break it up, that's not good. Because then when that rage all floods out, the kid's going to see red. He's not going to think about, oh, I'm going to stop when he's on the ground. No. Sometimes he might think, okay, now is enough. But a lot of times, the kid doesn't stop until either the person's, visibly, pulled off, pulled away from you, or that kid is pulled off and said, hey, that's enough. Those kids, when they see red, that's because they're tired of it. They're really tired of being bullied. I think that speaks for many, many students across the state. I think that I can speak for everybody that has been bullied and say that's enough is enough with the no fighting tolerance. You should be able to defend yourself and not have consequences. Because obviously the school isn't doing its part, so why should you have to do your part in society when, they're not holding their end of the bargain? That's just the way I feel. Personally, I don't deal with bullies anymore. If you're trying to bully me, I'll just stay away from you, because I don't want drama in my life right now. I have enough stress on my life, as, just is, than to have a toxic person trying to bully me into doing what they want. I don't need that right now. That part is beside the point, really. So definitely, school needs to take a different approach to a lot of things. The schools, they are also really underfunded. I feel like the government has taken too much away from the schools. I feel like school is just another thing that is basically a daycare almost sometimes. And that's what it is, definitely, for the lower, grade school, first kindergarten, preschool. That's basically what it is. It is a daycare almost. And it's not really teaching people anything. And they don't teach people life skills. The school system was designed way back in the industrial revolution, and wow, it was so hard to say. But in the industrial revolution, that was when the school system was last reformed, and it's designed to turn out factory workers, not people that are functional members of society. It's meant to turn out military people almost, that are people like that are just going to stand in line, not question things, not trying to develop other ways to do things that may be more efficient. And I feel like school needs to do a better job at not necessarily punishing the kids as much as they do that think outside the box. Like some teachers, I believe, just yell at people when they're like, "Hey, I found another way to do this," and they're like, "No, no, no, you do this way." And many people learn many different ways, and I think school only does one part of that, and that's only like 1/3 of everybody on earth. And that's not fair to the students. When they learn a different way, I feel like, yeah, some teachers, they do visual things as well as showing videos and hands-on activities to kind of include everybody. But I don't feel like the school system in itself is designed to turn out functional people of society that will help increase society to like keep it moving in the right direction. I feel like maybe society has come to a little standstill, and that's not really fair to the people that are, in school right now, because it's designed for something that's not really relevant anymore. So we definitely need to revamp stuff, make more technology involved, make more engineering stuff involved. Like, just don't make it Common Core Novations, maybe. Novations, that was just a bullshit. I'm not even going to go into how much of a failure that is. That's on par with DARE, I feel like, for the failure it was. Like, it's not designed to turn out engineers. Why do you have that class? Let a kid take an elective that he can actually use. Like, music, gym. Why are you forcing people to take 2 things in gym, by the way? Let the kids do what they enjoy. Like, if you want to be an athlete, take 4 things in gym. 4 years of gym. Go for it. I don't care. If you love being athletic that much, go for it. But that's not fair to make everyone take it. Because some people, they're just not athletic enough to give a shit about what's going on in that class. I feel like it would be a better job to let those kids take other things, like maybe a law studies course in place of that, and take other things in place of that. That'll make them happy, and that'll make them figure out what career they want and be able to plan for that later in life. Like, if you like law studies, take 4 different things of that and make sure that you have that stuff down. Then go to law school, get a law degree, pass the bar, and be the best lawyer you can be. Like, that's how school should be. They should be able to prepare people for not college, but the jobs. Like, I get that law school is a different type of college. I get that. Please don't come at me for that one. But that's just an example of how shitty the school system does for people. Like, 4 years of gym. If you want to be an athlete, you want to be a pro athlete, NHL, NFL, MLB, go for it. Take it. Be athletic. Do your thing. I encourage you guys to do what you love. But if the kid isn't participating in gym, that's probably because he doesn't feel comfortable. Probably because he doesn't feel athletic enough to do this. So basically, let him take what he wants to take. Let him take a bunch of different things, even, to figure out what he likes in life. Like, maybe a computers course, maybe a web design course, maybe a game design course, maybe a engineering course, maybe a law course. Like, there's a bunch of different options that they could then include into their curriculum and make sure that kids know what they want. Like, I get that social studies and that stuff, that's irrelevant, that's Common Core, and people, they want kids to be athletic and go out of their side. But that's not the world we live in anymore. Right now, especially, people are stuck inside a lot. Even, like, not in the USA, you're stuck inside. You are literally stuck inside. Actually, in a lot of stuff. Like, you're stuck inside. Even lockdown, that kind of stuff right now, you're stuck inside. What are you going to do other than play video games? Like, gym was designed for a world that doesn't exist. Let people be trained for the careers that they would like to have outside of school. That's how you prepare people for life, not for preparing them for college. What if you don't want to go to college? Because I didn't go to college, and college, I get that it's a big step for a lot of kids, and the freshman 15 and all that stuff. But the school system, high school, middle school, elementary school, it needs to be revamped now more than ever, because if we don't start doing it soon, even if we're not at a standstill right now, we will come to a standstill in the development of everything. We won't develop more technology. We won't be able to rise society to different kinds of standards that we want. Like, if you want different kinds of stuff, it's happen, and you want the society to improve and grow, you have to change the school system. You have to. There should really be no debates about it. The school system needs to be the first thing to be changed on everybody's minds, in my book. Teachers paying more, that's a big part of it. That'll make them care more, because I know teachers care a lot about their students, but that would make them want to be more teachers. That would make the teachers that do want that are kind of shying away from it, because it doesn't give them a good life and doesn't give them a good quality of life. That would bring them back in and let them teach life lessons. And also, what are you doing? Also, school system, what the fuck are you doing? You're not teaching people life skills, you're just teaching people a bunch of random stuff. Like, school isn't designed for the smartest people. It's designed for people that can remember the best. Like, if you were the smartest Bill Gates kind of person, you think outside the box for everything, most of the time, you're going to get F's. Because you're not following the directions on school projects. You're thinking outside the box. You're thinking of new things to do. Maybe you create an algorithm for a computer class, and the assignment was just learn where the parts of the computer is, but you create a freaking algorithm that helps you make society better. You create an algorithm that helps robots do their tasks more efficient. You make everything faster. You're gonna get an F. You know why? Because you didn't follow the directions. You're not allowed to feel outside the box. You're not allowed to be thinking there. You have to be inside this little bubble of space. And that's a part of what's failing the American school people. I know this is a longer video. I know I'm really sorry if you guys didn't bear with me here. But the school system, it needs to change. For the greater good, because me switching to the trade school was one of the best things that ever happened to me. I met so many new friends. I met so many new people. I met so many different ways of doing things that I probably would not have learned in regular high school. So school needs to be revamped. Please feel free to put your opinions and debate stuff in the comments, but if it does get too rowdy down there, I will step in, ask you to stop, and if it doesn't stop, I'll delete that comment thread entirely. With that being said, thank you guys all for watching. Please think about this stuff. Please bring this stuff out to your board of elections. Please bring this thing up to as many people as possible. Make them think. Get something going. Just put this out there for people to know. Because this is the way I feel. This is something I feel really strongly about. And I feel like everybody has the right to education that is better than what they are getting right now. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.